Sean, I stayed oblivious from the NFL for a whole whopping like 36 hours. Green, and with me as always is my tag partner. My team's in the AFC Championship, and yours is not. Matt freaking Jackson. Matt, how the hell are you?
Good. Still got skin in the game for
Right?
one. First time in a long time.
It was
So,
such a mess. And
uh,
like I'm not gonna go into a diatribe. This is not an NFL podcast, so I'm not gonna go into that.
but
I,
you all got screwed on a bad call. I mean, anybody with half an ounce of intelligence knows that.
but it is funny though because we so after the game, it is what it is, man. They were off all year. It was really a weird year, and I didn't have a lot of high expectations, so I was kind of like, yeah, I'll whatever happens happens. So we get done with the game, and my daughter, myself, we're just like on to NASCAR, and I'm drinking already. Like I started drinking in the second half, and I didn't stop. We're talking shots, rumplements, fireball, my shouts, everything. If I'm going down, I'm going down swinging. So we watch Talladega Nights. We're going NASCAR mode, right? Watch
Oh,
Talladega Nights.
your digestive tract must have hated you. All that. No, that's enough. Not now. What are you adding? No, stop. It's like Jim
I
Brewer when he talks about that talk about like beer and
I am
tequila
not.
and scotch in the
I,
stomach.
for the record, am not in my 20s anymore, but it was fun
Yeah,
while it lasted. I didn't
yeah.
throw up though. No, so like we go watch Talladega Nights, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go to bed. All right, cool. Wake up next day. Kid wakes up. And we're like, we had talked about it. We're like, we're gonna do a NASCAR cleanse, right? We're gonna do a NASCAR cleanse. So Sunday, all right, we're gonna watch Stroker Ace. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, I know you've seen it, but I'm talking to the folks out
Been
there.
a long time.
I'm like Stroker Ace, and then I was like, or not Talladega Nights, Days of Thunder. I'm like, all right, cool. We got our NASCAR fix in. Then we switched over to Netflix and started watching what is it, Full Speed or whatever
Yeah.
NASCAR's or Netflix NASCAR series is.
Also, if you go on Tubi, they also have a NASCAR channel on Tubi.
Huh.
24 hours now. They show a lot of the old races, but they're going to have news and stuff as well as the NASCAR YouTube channel. So, in case the
Yeah.
listeners out there don't know, Sean and I are huge NASCAR fans as well, and we could probably
Yep.
just as easy do a podcast about NASCAR as we can probably about pro wrestling.
That is true. So fast forward. So like, yesterday is a holiday, so I'm off. I'm like, I'm gonna do errands. I'm gonna put stuff up on my wall. As you can see, new bling bling right up here as I get my arm right because I'm mirrored. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. I'm in the store and my phone I get, typical text alerts, and it's like Sean McDermott got fired. I'm like, oh. I was like, what app sent that? This must be a joke. Nope, sure as shit. Bills fired their coach, and I'm like, I went down a rabbit hole. I was like, I'm sitting there like Pacino, man. Once I get out, they suck me back in. Like, Jesus. I was like, I didn't even make it like full 2 days with my with my NFL blackout. It was like, oh, I'm back in. Like even
Yep.
right before the podcast, I'm all right. Any rumors? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because
I saw it first on Facebook and I thought it was some AI bullshit, which is
yeah,
like now 90% of social media, and I hate it. I hate it. Like
to go all
we'll go on YouTube and like peruse YouTube because we like watching like real crime or tourism or sport. We'll
says
watch.
says
We
the
do the
guys who
whole
have a
gamut.
podcast. Says the
Yeah,
guys who has a podcast that uses AI to edit it. Yeah,
no, but
those
like
guys.
but you see like a video on YouTube and like, oh, that looks really interesting until like you play and it has like the AI voice and like it has all like the mistakes in it and it's like, come on, man. I know it's a good tool and we use it, but like it makes it unauthentic and it makes me like, up, hit the back arrow. I'll watch something else. So AI is, it's good, but man, sometimes it's just like too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
finding with
true.
AI. So, but anyway, yeah, we flip through and I get annoyed with AI. But then, like, yeah, when it comes time to editing shorts and stuff, I'm like,
Right.
thank you, whoever created AI,
Yeah,
because
I know.
instead of taking 2 hours to like make a short, it takes like 15 minutes. especially if
I,
we have a lot of filler words and crap that like likes
which
and
we do.
Yeah, we do. That's another one.
Like
Like
all that horrible stuff that you're not supposed to use. I
yeah,
know we do it, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny. It's so funny you say that though. Obviously we talk. We talked to Mikey over at BC WrestlePod. We just kind of text chat between each other and stuff, and like when we kind of talked about our processes like off air and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I use this software, then I use this, and then I use that," and I'm like, "Oh, that sounds so hard. Riverside's so much easier."
Yes,
Like I open Studio and I like Matt, here's the link, and Matt comes in and we do a podcast. It's great,
it is great.
So
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Ocean NDFS 2412 who watched a bunch of our long episodes and put a whole bunch of comments. So I appreciate Ocean Ocean and FS or whatever 2412. A lot of good points in there. Also, I just wanted to say for you, as far as YouTube goes, we had our best viewed ever long podcast. Now I know 53 views doesn't sound a lot, but usually we get between 17 and 28 on a weekly podcast. It's usually our shorts is what really gets a lot of the views, but we were very happy to see that, Sean and I. Like we couldn't believe it. Like we're at 30. Then like the next day, like we're at 40. I'm like, Sean, we hit 50 on this, and he's like, WTF? So I'm like, thank you for our
we
our
must have done
viewers.
something right.
Yeah, those who click on and hey, whether you watch for 5 seconds, like hey, we're just getting it out there. So hopefully you watch longer than 5 seconds, but something that we do pointed you to at least click on it and see what was it about. We appreciate that. So
It's it's the beard. It brings everybody in.
yeah.
But enough about all that. Again, thank you for everybody that's watching. Hey, get your buddies to subscribe. Like all your friends, get them to subscribe. The goal is 100 by WrestleMania. All right, we're chugging along. We're up to like 76, 77 right now. Come on, be the magic 100th. You won't win squat, but you'll get a shout out. So
Yeah, we had a lot of good comments too when we talked about Braun Breaker's spear. So one of our listeners actually said, he goes, that was good, but the when he hit Carlito, and I'm like, oh yes, I forgot all about that one. Like
the
Carlito, like
Carlito one is epic.
yeah, I think when that happened, you're like, oh, I think you texted me like, I think Carlito just died. It
Yeah,
was
I did actually. I remember
so I went
thinking
back
that.
and I found it on YouTube and watched it. So whoever it was that commented about the Carlito, thank you for jogging my memory because I watched it like 7 or 8 times and I'm like, yeah, that
He
was
he exec or what was the other one? It was in the Rumble. It was I Show Speed or whatever.
yeah. I Show Speed was pretty,
He
yeah,
destroyed him too.
yeah,
Bad.
bad,
Like
really bad. And then what? Show Speed got thrown through a table afterwards and like tore his
he
leg
took
up or
well, it's funny because like I was yes, folks, I know I'm behind. Obviously season 2 of Unreal is coming out and I finally got around to like poking around season 1 and you know, here's my first comment. A lot of people freaked out. They're like, "Oh my god, they're gonna give away the secret recipe," and it's like, there ain't no secret recipe. Ain't nothing in that show that we don't know what already goes on. Like, if
right.
you don't want to see it, that's fine. I like it more so because I like to see the backstage stuff. I want to see how they react. I want to see how the wrestlers react. I want to see, like, the most telling thing, like Kevin Owens sitting there bleeding after his and Cody's match, and he's just like, "You good, dude?" Like, bro, you're bleeding all over the place. And he's like, "Yo, Cody, you good? Sorry about that bump that he took on the line." I'm like, "Oh my god, I love
Yeah,
that though. Like, I love to see the aftermath. It's
yeah.
it's really interesting to me. But like, oh boy, I'll tell you what, man. Some of those peeks into the writers' room, Matt. Oh, so hey, if y'all got to in with WWE, send this podcast over so that they can find out how to really write some shit.
I
I'm
don't
not
think that.
saying everything they write is bad, but like, holy crap, dude.
Did you get to the
So
part yet where they did the premiere on Netflix? And I
no, I
think it
haven't gotten there yet.
okay. Watch especially James Parks, known as Abyss in the old TNA days, because
Yeah.
he's a writer. But man, I felt bad for that dude. And like, yeah, you'll get mad at a couple of the backstage guys for how they treat this guy who's just trying to do the right thing. So I like seeing that too. I like seeing not only the wrestlers but like the upper tier guys, the writers, like have their bickering and going back and forth because it's
Well, I saw the heel turn. I saw the whole heel turn
with Cena.
one
Yep.
with Cena, and I thought it gave me a little more. Believe it or not, I'm going to say this, and it's going to shock a lot of people. It actually made everything that went down make a little more sense by watching it from the Unreal perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because the stupidest thing that whoever decided, like, I want your soul code, it was so dumb. And like, I get it. And when they kind of talk through it, it's just, how do I put this? It was an acting choice by The Rock, so to speak. Like, that's the route he decided to go. Fine, whatevs. But like, seeing kind of how it built up and the fact that they kept it so close hold, like having Triple H, like sitting there basically telling the production truck, you're going to want to go to this camera. You're going to want to go to this camera. This is about to happen. You're going to want to go to this camera. Switch. Whew. They did a great job with that. Like regardless of Cena's body of work during the heel turn, that was impressive. Like that they kept it so close hold, and they knew we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to direct this essentially to make it happen. It was really cool, but like now with season 2 coming out, there's already stuff kind of trickling out there on the interwebs and stuff like that. And like one interesting thing I saw was that I was kind of hinting at this to you, but I wanted to talk about it on the pod. So like there's something going around and it's probably BS. I fully admit that it's BS. But apparently Roman's been reaching out to The Rock or whomever, and like he's intimating, he's like he wanted Cody to do a heel turn, for him and Cody 3. He wanted Cody to do a heel turn because he thinks he's a face. And we've talked about this.
He's not a face.
We've talked about this though. Like we have actually talked about this on this pod. He's not a true face.
No.
And like that's really a problem because like and Triple H kind of said that too when they were working through the whole Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, the whole side. Which, chef's kiss to Heyman. It's so good. Like watching it back, and I'm just like, it is so good. This is just so good. But like Heyman, because like this goes back to the writers' room thing. They're like, well, Punk should prevail, and like Triple H is like, then what? What for Roman? Then what? And I'm just like, oh, thank God. But like,
And then even if you turn Cody heel, that's not going to make Roman a bigger face. Like he's
no,
not.
because we've never gotten rock bottom, pardon the pun, for Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like, and it's always going to be his Achilles heel. If you want to take Roman Reigns and he would A, have to show up to work, but B, he would have to really just, be shunned, so to speak. If it's all the Samoans turning their back on him, I don't care if you bring the lady from Game of Thrones, like ding ding shame, ding ding shame, whatever. I don't care. I would like that. So, but I think if you bottomed him out and made him realize like, oh, I lost everything, that would Survivor Series really would have been the time to do it. But whatevs. Moving on. We're already into it, man. We're like 13 minutes. And by the way, I think this episode's live, by the way. Just so you know, because we started playing with live settings. And so I think this is going straight out to YouTube. Edited version coming later, so you can see how crappy we are now and then see what the redone product is. But anyways, so SmackDown. So we kick off SmackDown. Drew McIntyre comes out. Does Drew McIntyre things. Randy Orton decides to come out and say, hi, I'm Randy Orton. And like, then Jacob Fatu comes out. Fatu's kind of weird right now. I don't really know if he's face or heel or tween or just pissed off at the world. I don't know. It's really interesting. Well, we'll get into it because something got dropped later on in SmackDown that I've really picked up on. And I asked for clarity between you and Mikey. I was like, oh, did he say it like this? And
Yeah.
you guys are like, I think so. But anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% listening. By the way, I just checked on YouTube, so we are live. So I think that's a good segue into what we are planning on doing over the next couple weeks. So let's get this out early in the podcast.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sean, what are we doing for the first time? Well, we thought it was going to be the first time.
This is prototype 1 going now.
So actually, tell them what we're going to do this Saturday, and I think the Royal Rumble we're going to probably do.
Yeah, so Matt and I were talking. Like, one of the best episodes to ever do live is going to be Royal Rumble. That way, you guys will we're going to do a watch along for the first time. But because we're crusty old geezers and we're kind of new at this, because God help you if you give grandpa technology. I'm not a grandfather, thank God. Well, kind of,
I am.
Whatever.
I am.
I know.
Times 3.
I still look better than you, though. But anyways, that's why I drink milk. Does the body good. No, so we're gonna do a watch along for Royal Rumble. We're gonna do a test run during Saturday night's main event. Don't get too excited. There won't be commercials during ours. You'll probably just see that. Now, warning. There will probably be beverage consumption and smoking during the podcast because, well, I'm not going to sit here and die of boredom and angst.
I think the way we were talking about it, like one of us, I think, will always be on, even during the commercial breaks. Yeah. I think, but I think it's going to be like my wife's going to be in the chair over here watching the show with me. I might be conversing with her during the show. You'll get my natural reaction. If I want to get up and get a beverage, I'm going to go get a beverage. If I have to go potty, I'm going to go to the bathroom and pee or whatever and get up. So it's like I'm going to be home watching the show. We're just going to record it. But what you're going to get...
Inside the life. I'll just start texting Matt like I always do during podcasts. Like...
Yeah. We're live, bro. We can talk about it on air. We don't have to text about it.
You're going to put a hex on the whole thing.
So it's going to be kind of more like just us watching the podcast. It's going to be very informal, but I think that it's something people will like. So, and I think we'll probably go on a few minutes early and run down the card. So we haven't determined yet how early we're going to go on. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes top, run down the card, introduce ourselves. Make sure shit's up and running. That's the biggest thing. So we're not doing it at, 7:59 Eastern time and let's hope for the best. We'll give our little
good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Here it is. I don't know how it tastes, but we threw it together. But so yeah, I think it'll be fun. We're not going to do it for every PLE or big show because I don't even know if we're going to do it for WrestleMania. Some PLEs we just want to sit and watch. So it'll be, I think it'll be show dependent what we're going to do, but Royal Rumble's always a good one because there's always surprises and there's big moments. So, and I think it's a fun show I have a feeling this WrestleMania season it's going to have some fun. I think there's going to be some surprises.
Feel like they've upped their game a little bit. I feel like last year was, what do they call it? What do the kids call it? A gap year? Last year felt like a gap year for WWE.
It was kind of a paint by the numbers, with the only change being Cena turning heel, which was a surprise. Because we didn't go on this podcast. We didn't start until WrestleMania, but you and I were talking before, and not once did we think that they were going to turn Cena heel.
No,
we didn't see it coming. We didn't really talk about it because we're like, oh, what if Cena turns heel? Nah, they're not going to do that. And the Make-A-Wish guy, no, it's Cena's last run. They're not going to turn him heel.
Honestly, it's all the kids' fault. It is all the kids' fault. I would have called it, but it's all the kids' fault. Because the biggest challenge with the Cena heel turn for me was to see it. I didn't know how he would... I don't think he would stop being John Cena outside of the ring, right? I didn't think he would stop doing the Make-A-Wish and everything else. So, are you capable of, this is my in-ring persona, and I am John Cena? You know what I mean? That was really where I couldn't come to terms with it. And when they did it, great. Yep. But and we got some great reactions because I'll tell you what, going back,
you couldn't have a heel John Cena go on the Today Show, and so you're gonna still do Make-A-Wish, And like for Cena to go like, man, screw those Make-A-Wish kids playing the
That-
heel. Like that
I
wouldn't have worked in this day and age. Like
I
we got
gotta
enough
give
kids.
them
John makes enough kids cry. He doesn't need to make any more.
the turned heel episode is so well done on Unreal. It's not even
Yep.
funny. Like the fact they got kids crying in the stands, the follow on Raw when the kids are just losing their crap, all the posted videos of kids just bawling their eyes out because John Cena became a bad guy.
They
Oh,
had they cut Travis Scott's ring
chef's
entrance down to about 20 seconds. Thank God, instead of 20.
Well, what do you mean? He's still entering right now.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what,
He's
his music ain't playing on Raw anymore. Eminem took that spot. Thank goodness. I don't hear that
Do you think
stupid song.
Eminem could get to the ring faster?
Hell yeah, Eminem. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we really need to talk about SmackDown. So after that, we have a match, right? Like the Miz. It's a qualifier match, and it's Miz and Randy. Or no, it wasn't a qualifier. It was just an FU match. My bad. And it's Randy and the Miz, and Randy goes over.
Yeah.
Nice little match.
Yeah.
It was.
No, we didn't even talk about the opening segment either. When Drew came out and loving on the fans, and he tells the fans to screw, which was like,
I don't
I
love it.
it was great. It was good.
He's
I'm like,
so good.
yeah. At first, I'm
He's
like, oh
such a
man, why is he
natural heel.
doing that? But I'm like, yeah, you got to keep Drew heel. I don't want to keep. I don't want to see Drew face yet.
He's the best heel they have.
Yeah. And then the fans were chanting his name anyway. They don't care. They're gonna love Drew regardless what he says.
And
But I
that's
like the
really
spot.
it,
I like
right?
the spot when Randy comes out, and then the Miz pulls a Randy Orton move and sneaks up behind him and gives him the skull crushing finale. I thought cool spot for the Miz, and it transitioned nice into the match. Solid
Yep.
match. It was quick. This I'm gonna get it out now. We had 7 matches on that 3-hour show. Can we do that every week?
That's
If not
I think they
7,
can.
6. Minimum of 6. Like
I think they
everything was
can.
paced nice. Good. So that means give me 5 matches on Raw for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
5 match
Well,
and
and
like
the match quality was there. That's the
it
big thing.
was.
The match
Yeah.
quality was there. It wasn't
Not
just car wrestling to have wrestling. It
right.
was the match quality was there. Everything kind of they're kind of getting back into their flow where like everything kind of has a theme or a reason now,
Yep.
which is kind of cool. So like I like that too. So thumbs up, man. I was
Well,
happy. I love the opening segment. I like the
yep.
little thing with them. And then after that, we get Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Kiana James.
Yep. It was a match and I didn't
It
care.
was a match.
Which is which is too bad because you should care about everything that Alexa and Charlotte does, but it was just yeah, it was I didn't care for it. I wonder if Charlotte legit was sick because she wasn't moving that good. Like she was off a step. So I wonder if she really was sick or
Did
she's
she
got
drink
a
the
neck.
water?
Maybe that's very possible.
Never drink water overseas.
But man, Kiana James does nothing for me. Like her look, her character, it's just
I feel like this is one of those situations where like the NXT watchers would come in and go, no, 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 it's really this, and I'm just like, I don't get it.
yeah,
Just
me either.
Valley
I
Girl,
saw
like I don't get it.
like
But
a little bit. We saw some flashes of Julia, like when she was getting moving. I'm like, okay, this is what I kind of wanted to see, and then it kind of like petered out, and then it went to an end, and Lash and Nia come out and attack. It was just like, all right, let's get 6 people out there and do something. It felt like there wasn't much thought behind it. So yeah,
yeah,
that I actually graded that match a C, a straight C. I was not enamored with it at all. But hey, you know what? You can't get a base hit every time you're up at bat. So
that's true.
sometimes you get a weak pop out in foul territory, and that's what that was.
Matt, I have a question for you.
I may have an answer.
Have
Probably not a
you
good one.
declared for the Royal Rumble?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I declare I
Between
will watch the
SmackDown
Royal Rumble, and I declare we will do a watch along. But yeah, I
between
know. Like
SmackDown and freaking Raw, like every time somebody declares, I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like,
the only thing missing
shocker.
from this is like William Regal dressed up in like old British garb, waving a bell, going, hear ye," and then someone comes out and says, "I declare myself eligible for the Royal
So
Rumble."
Cody Rhodes declares for the Royal Rumble. Like, yeah, we kind of knew
Yeah,
you don't have a
yeah.
title. Like, no, duh.
Oh, it was more so on Raw. It seemed like every 5 minutes someone was declaring on Raw.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely picked up, and we're getting close, so I get it. But like,
Yeah,
it's like everybody's got to declare. You
yeah.
know. So we also get
I do declare that I will be in the Royal Rumble. I do declare.
I declare that we are going to try to live podcast during the Royal Rumble and give you a live reaction show. But meh,
That's that's 4 hours. That's like a 4 hour show.
4 freaking hours of these pretty mugs. No,
Yeah.
and then after that we get Trick Williams and Matt Cardona, and Trick Williams goes over. I like Trick. I like Trick. He's growing
Yep.
on me. Not my
Yeah. Him.
favorite, but I like Trick.
No, I like Trick. I kind of felt bad for Cardona because like, just as they bring him back, he has to eat a loss. But Trick Williams was not
He
like I
ate a
even think
loss last time he came back.
I
So
know it's like so. I don't want him to be like the lovable loser. Like,
he's
but
not
we'll
gonna
see.
be. He'll get around.
No.
He'll get his. I don't think he just run it. But like you're changing up the card a little bit, and when that makes me happy, right? Like it.
Yeah.
I
No. It was a good match. I tell you what, Trick is over. Like the fans loved him.
Yeah,
Like
it is, and Matt, you'll have to remind me, when did the backstage thing happen with Drew? Has that already happened at this point?
there was two backstage segments. There was one when he met with
I'm talking the Dragonoff one.
the Dragonoff one was the first one because he was looking around because he said he didn't have time to talk because Fatu was still on the loose. And then there was another backstage segment where Drew was more relaxed, which I don't know why because Fatu was still in the building. But anyway, I guess he calmed down. But
Well,
yeah,
the
it
reason
was
I
it was
ask,
some it was somewhere. I think it was yeah. He called out Fatu, then he and Fatu had a little thing, and I think it might have
well,
been even
that's
before the
Cody and
Alexis Cody
that
and
was
Fatu.
Cody
Yeah,
and Fatu.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
long
think Drew. I
story
think
short,
Drew.
a very impromptu thing from Drew happened backstage where he runs into Ilya Dragunov and like everybody else on the F and SmackDown roster, like coming for your title, basically, and like Drew's like, I don't have time for this, or he said, I didn't have, I, I didn't knock out Jacob's teeth, but I will stop to knock out yours, or something to that effect, right? And that was telling because that tells us all. Anybody that assumed Drew was the one that attacked Jacob Fatu like before Survivor Series, you would be wrong. So it's going to be real interesting. It's a nice little whodunit there, and I'm glad it's not Drew.
I hope it's Cody. Don't make it lazy. Don't make it be Solo or one of the MFTs. Like make it mean
I
something.
I do wonder if it was, but you can't. The problem with Cody is if it was Cody, then you're making Cody heel, and that's the
Right.
problem, right? Like you're kind of we're tiptoeing around it right now, but you're going all in on it if you do that. So,
Right.
eh, you
You could
know,
have it could have been Randy. It could be anybody. They'll get to it. Right now, I don't know. I think I part of me wants it to be Cody just because I want to see them change Cody up because
Cody does need an air freshener. He needs to get freshened up, but
as Drew said, the vanilla QB1. Yeah. Like sorry, I like stuff in my ice cream, man. Like I don't if I get plain vanilla ice cream, I'm gonna put a bunch of crap on it to flavor it up. Like Cody's pretty vanilla.
I almost said something so wrong, and now I got to be all smart about it because we're live.
Yeah.
All right, so David Priest defeats Solo Sokoa, and you kind of knew this one was happening because you were like, Solo ain't done with the freaking Wyatts yet, and
No, and I
well
like
done,
it. I like it too
well effing done. If,
Because
Oh,
I was thinking with the lazy booking that we went through the past few months, I'm like, oh, Priest is going to eat a loss. Solo's going to go forward. But no, it's kind of good to see Priest get the rub and get to go in the Fatal 4 Way, and like Solo gets to lick his wounds and focus, excuse me, on the
do,
Wyatts.
do we think WWE just went through that whole stretch of craptastic writing just to lower the quality so low that like they could do mediocre stuff and we're like, oh, this is great. I
Yeah.
honestly think it's good, but I'm just asking for a friend. But no, I really do wonder, like, did they just
And
make
yeah,
it so crappy that we're like, oh my god, even the average is amazing. Like, it's just
I know. And all the AEW fans are probably going, see, told you we're better.
I
Anyway,
not, like I
we're
said,
not
I've
gonna get a
said it.
big diatribe on AEW. What little I've
I,
seen, there's some stuff I like what they do, but like I'm not a dedicated AEW watcher. But
it
nope.
I'll give him credit for one thing. Like anytime I watch or see like stuff from AEW, I do get that WCW vibe off of them, which is kind of
Yep.
funny. Like it feels WCW ish, but yeah,
Well,
you know,
having Jim,
different
well
strokes
Jim
for
Ross
different
is
folks.
Jim Ross is off TV for a little while because of his health, but you got Tony Schiavone there, who is like the voice of WCW. So yeah, and some of their booking stuff, like their ring looks, yeah, it looks very Nitro WCW ish at times.
Yeah,
But no,
but
I'm
yeah,
not gonna crap on AEW because I don't watch enough of it to crap on. But I just
bingo.
know like their fans are really adamant fans, but so are WWE fans. So whatever, that's good. At least you know what. At least we have other leagues to talk about. We just don't have like the mid 2000s. It was just WWE and like nobody
Well, they
else.
were going head
Like
to head though. That's the big difference between the Monday
yeah,
now and the Monday Night
oh
Wars.
yeah,
The Monday Night Wars, they were going tit for tat, and they
oh
were
yeah,
doing some
and competing
underhanded crap.
and competing against Monday Night Football too. Like
Yep, and
in a
doing good
pretty good
numbers.
time
So
period for the yeah.
yeah, but
Now,
no, I love all the
insane numbers
solo.
back in the day.
I, I love all the solo MFT stuff with the Wyatts. Like, just keep it going. Just keep running it back because
Yeah.
wow,
And
it was so
that
good.
match was really good. Like I knew it wasn't
Yes,
going to be a technical masterpiece. It was a lot of just punches and kicks and stuff, but like it was well done. It told a good story. The match was really good.
I mean
So yeah, I'm
Priest is
happy
a
for
good
Priest.
wrestler too. So
He
like,
is, but he's been kind of put on the back burner the last few months. So this is kind of nice to get him back in a
yeah.
little bit more of a prominent spot, at least for the time being. So even though he'll lose on Saturday night's main event, at least being in this final four, it'll make him more credible when he goes into the Rumble. Like he's not going to be cannon fodder. Like he might have a chance to go long, maybe even be a final four guy. I don't know, but we'll see.
S- So we get Sean's match of the night, which was Carmelo Hayes, and who answers the open challenge? Leon Slater. Bro, that
Yeah,
match, I was fanboying out. I'm just like, "Ooh, this is great!" And I loved all this match. I love watching these two go, and like, it was so much fun watching those two go. And even after it ended, I was like, "It ain't done. I didn't hear a bell. They got to keep going. Run it back right
yeah.
now. Like, just keep going.
No, that
Keep
was
going until we run out of time. It's not 11 o'clock yet. Y'all two just keep going. Make me happy." I love that match. I had so much fun with that.
no, that was really good. And that's what our second time now seeing Slater, because we
Yep.
saw him
He was tagged up
on
with
Saturday
somebody,
night's.
wasn't he?
It was he was tagged up with Javon Evans against
Yep, there
AJ
it is.
Styles and Dragon Lee on Cena's retirement show. But we'll see Slater. I'm pretty sure he'll be one of the guys in the Royal Rumble because they got to fill that Royal Rumble. So I would bet that Slater might be one of them.
And for those of you that don't know, and you're like, "Oh, TNA had a PLE
You
at
got
the same
chocolate
time,"
milk in your mustache.
sensual beard wiping.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's your
so
organic beard oil, right? Chocolate
listen,
milk.
I'm looking at a camera. I can't see these things. Obviously, I'm
Well,
much more handsome on your screen, but no. Just so everybody understands a
should
little
make
bit of the
him.
context here, like WWE didn't Big Brother TNA. There's some visa issues going on for Leon Slater. So he couldn't come to America. So WWE's like, oh, hey, we're over here. You want him to go with us for a little bit, get yourself some exposure, whatever. And that's kind of how it worked out. So no big brother bullying or anything like that. It's just, hey, we're here, we're doing a thing. You want your guy on, and that's kind of how it came to be. I'm sure many people will disagree with me, but whatevs. I'm here.
That was a good, very good match. So, yep,
Yeah.
future's bright. And, I think Carmelo Hayes is. I think he's in a good spot. I'd like to see him have a. I know they're going to do the U.S. Open Challenge, but I want him to have a nemesis. He doesn't have like a pure nemesis. It's kind of about Gargano, maybe a little bit of Miz, but really, does anybody take the Miz seriously now? Oh, he's not a
No, but
credible
we
threat.
should.
We
I,
should,
I think
unfortunately.
Miz is one of those characters that it doesn't take much to heat him up. I think you could get him heated up pretty quick.
Yeah, well, he's got to
So
stop eating that. He's got to stop eating L's all the time.
I know it's just where it's at right now. But after that, we get Jordan Grace and Chelsea Green,
Talk
and
about eating L's.
this match served two purposes and two purposes only. One was to show you Jordan Grace yet again, and two to show that Jade Cargill's next nemesis is going to be Jordan Grace. And Chelsea Green doing Chelsea Green things because Chelsea Green is amazing. And going back to my Unreal comments, she is effing phenomenal in Unreal.
Yep.
Like, I let her go, man. Like, I feel like I could hang out with her. She talked just like us two, and like,
Yep. No, she's
I was like, "Ooh, we could talk, girl." I ain't talking anything crazy. I'm just saying, like, we could hang out. She just, the
she's not young.
reels.
She's a seasoned veteran. She's been in the
No, I
sport a long
know.
time. So
It's
yeah,
just the personality exudes, and like,
yeah,
obviously, when you see her, she's always been good at capturing her time, right?
yep,
You give her a 10-second clip, she's gonna make every second of that 10 seconds
yep,
count. But like, this goes back to what I actually like about Unreal is I like the backstage stuff. I like getting to know people when they're away from the character. You know what I mean? Now I get it. Some people just live it 24/7. Undertaker kind of talks about that at times. He kind of had to always be stoic and all this, that, and the other. So I get it. But I also like to see the real person behind them. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Obviously, they all do it. It's not a 9 to 5. They're out there grinding. They're taking a beating on their bodies. So it's interesting to see what are you like when you're not doing this. I like that stuff, and I like seeing it. And Chelsea Green just stood out like just so real as real can get. We'll put it that
Yeah.
way.
No, and she was great again in this. I mean, the match itself was not a standout match, but the way
No,
she sold for Jordan Grace, or her facial expressions, like she's over dramatic, which plays really good for TV and good for a live audience, especially if you're sitting in the 300 and 400 sections. You want to be able to parlay it up to them. She does a really good job of emoting her emotions and
yes.
her Karenness and everything else she does. Is Karenness a
What
word?
was this? Was this the match where she was it this one or last week when she like had a pin and or went for a pin and they counted one and she argued it?
That was this match, yeah, because she was like,
When she's like, one? What do you mean one? I'm
one.
like, it was so good. I was dying
And
laughing
I,
so
and
hard.
I think I commented about her look. I'm like, oh, she's got a different look tonight. It looks good on her. That was a Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona tribute thing that she
Well,
was wearing.
she said that she never wears the same outfit twice in the ring.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know, and she wears some pretty uh,
Well,
cool stuff. But
she was showing off her one ring gear with all the faces of her.
yeah,
Like I was like, that's so good.
yeah, no,
But
that segment's hilarious. That's again, like everything just flowed good with the show. The back stuff
it
didn't go
did.
too long. Like they so far 3 out of 3 they have figured out the 3 hour, and this show went like 6 or 7 minutes over.
It
which
did
was
run
a nice
over 'cause
bonus too.
I
So
was concerned about that because we had Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov, and Sami Zayn goes over to qualify for Saturday night's main event.
yeah, of course he does.
Okay, I I think I need to talk about the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, that everybody's going to hate me about, but I'm going to say it anyways. I think Sami Zayn's going to win the Rumble, and I think he's going to go over. And I'll
Well,
tell you
no,
why.
well, no. If so, do you think he wins the Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event?
Oh, my bad. Yes and yes.
Is
That's
that
what I meant. He
that's
wins at Royal Rumble.
so? You think they're going to let Drew McIntyre have a 3-week title reign?
Yep.
That sucks, especially
Well,
losing it to Sammy.
okay, so let's there's bigger stuff. I wouldn't do it. I'd let Drew run all the way to Mania at least.
I would too, because then what? You're
I'd
going to
let
have
Drew
Sammy
have a
be.
nice little run. But
I don't want
have
Sammy being the world
concerns.
champ going into unless Sammy wins it at Rumble and then drops it like on a SmackDown like 2 weeks later or something back to Drew.
I'm going to say this. I'm nervous about it, and the reason I'm nervous about it is venues. The venues right now, of course, everything lined up for my Bills, and that didn't work out either. So, and we fired our head coach.
Mhm.
So maybe we'll fire Sami Zayn. Just kidding. Just kidding. But more to the point, obviously, Saturday night's main event is in Canada. Guess where Sami Zayn's from? Canada.
I know, but
And
lately the hometown boy hasn't been winning. Cena won a title. He won the IC title in Boston, but we haven't seen a lot of like hometown. Got Finn didn't win
I don't
in
know,
Belfast.
bro.
I know.
Well,
I just-
it's a double-edged sword for Sammy, okay? And this is why he's definitely gonna win that four-way. Like, I would say it's a 99% certainty outside of injury that he is winning. Why? One, it's in Canada. Two, where is he second most over? And that is in Saudi.
Saudi, yeah,
That
because he's
they love
Syrian.
them some Sami Zayn, and he at a minimum he gets the title match against Drew, which could be a blessing in disguise, because if you're going to keep the title on Drew, it keeps Sammy out of the Rumble. So Sammy can't win the Rumble, which means if Sammy's going to get a kick at the can, he's got to go to
Well,
Elimination Chamber.
hold the phone, because if you go back to Royal Rumble 22 in St. Louis, because I was there, opening match, Brock Lesnar loses the world title. Later on that night, Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble.
I don't know, man. Like, I
But that's
don't
Brock
think you.
Lesnar. This is like Sami Zayn, who like.
But this is
I mean,
one of those.
I think
him and-
Sammy's seen. Like Sammy doesn't look like he's ever spent like he's seen a gym, but I don't know if he's ever been inside it. Like, I don't know. He just
Hey,
doesn't.
I got a 6-pack. It's just in a cooler. Stop being judgy of the
Sure.
dad bod, bro.
Yeah, well,
No,
Sami Zayn's not pushing 50 either, or 55
of
like
course not.
yours
He
truly.
looks way worse than I do. He wishes
I
he
know.
looks this good.
Yeah,
But, no, I just think that the clouds align, and I don't. Here's the problem.
it's okay to lie to
So
yourself.
he's. You're right, Matt, and we all accept that you lie to yourself. Anyways,
Every single day, sometimes twice.
good enough. I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
Oh, some days I look in the mirror and I'm like, ugh. Like,
That's some.
you know what
Saturday
you know what
Night
the
Live
worst is?
throwback.
Like you go on Facebook, it'll be like, oh, hey, here are your memories from like 10 years ago, and I see a picture of myself 10 years ago, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, damn, that's a rough
I
10
chalk
years.
it up. You know how I hide it? The beard. Because like I was still in the army 10 years ago, so on my pictures I look young and wistful because I have no facial hair. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, now I got like the full head of lettuce and the full beard, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
you're like you're all Duck Dynasty'd out right now.
Quack quack. So
Yeah.
going back to the Sami Zayn thing. So all the stars are aligning, and I think the big thing to take away here is him having a match with Drew. Maybe he comes out in the Rumble, but I'm going to throw up in my mouth if he wins the Rumble, even if he comes out at 28, 29, 30. Because I feel like a match with Drew McIntyre would be extremely physically taxing. And I don't
Yeah.
think that a Brock Lesnar coming back out and being pissy because he lost his title and like I'm going to get it back. That's believable.
It is, but
You
like
know,
Sami
Sami
Zayn
Zayn going
getting beat around
super
the ring with,
Sammy,
yeah, no.
you know,
Especially after having to get beat up by Drew for 20 minutes straight. No, unless
well,
I hate to say it, Sammy wins the Fatal 4-Way. Sammy beats Drew at Royal Rumble, and Drew somehow
uh,
ends up in the Royal Rumble. That could be because Drew's a big dude and all that, but I don't know. I just don't want this storyline written just to make the Saudis happy.
well, they
Like
got Mania, so coming up next year.
they want it all. Like
I want it all. Yeah.
let's do Shawn Michaels Undertaker 3 next year at WrestleMania. Like, how
Well,
about
I
that?
really do believe next year is going to be like geriatric throwback freaking WrestleMania, man. It is going to be all of everybody that has an ounce of wrestling ability left in them. We're going to roll it all back.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna have a
your
Metamucil on a pole
WrestleMania
match.
host is going to be like John Cena because he's going to keep to his word. He's not going to wrestle, but he's going to be the host. Like
Yeah.
it's just uh, now look, Sammy went over, and like I said, you kind of knew Sammy was going to go over some way somehow, and like it is what it is. It's the stars are aligned right now for like a something Sammy run right now. And whatever you do, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I can't I can't deny that. So it is what it is, man.
Plus now Sammy and Dragunov are 1-1, so they're tied. So we can that leaves it open for them to run down the line that back and come up with a
Yeah.
definitive winner of whatever that situation is. So I don't know. We'll just see. I'm just not a big Sami Zayn fan, guys. Like he's okay, but it's like I
But
just don't understand why they
that's
throw
good
so
because
much on him.
we're gonna go talk to Raw, and guess who kicked off the show? The guy that I'm not really a big fan of, and that's Gunther. Fan of him in the ring, not outside of the ring.
Right.
Look, Gunther did some good stuff here. It's probably he's finally dialing back on the Cena crap a little bit. I am
Yep.
tired of it in total. Um, so interesting news. So he basically tells AJ Styles, you got to put your career on the line for this. Now, reading social media, AJ Styles' contract is technically up in February.
Really.
If Gunther retires AJ Styles, I'm out. Like, I'm totally out on him because you cannot. Even in his Legend Killer days, Randy had to work for it. Like, I can't do
Well,
it.
I'll play devil's advocate. You really can't blame Gunther if AJ doesn't have a contract and they got to write him off because he doesn't have a contract
I
past
don't care.
February.
Still have Gunther lose.
But yeah, because to me, I just first of all, if you're AJ Styles, why would you want to end your career in Saudi?
No. And when you said that to me, I was like, you're probably right. And he might not be. But I don't think Gunther should be the sole arbiter of ending people's careers.
No, and if
He is
and if
not.
if if Gunther ends AJ's career, it should be later on in the year. They can go back to it
No.
somehow
Here's
if
the
they're going to
problem,
do it.
man. I do not. There are times in WWE where they manufacture so much that it. I'll give you a prime example of this. Austin Theory. Austin Theory, when he won the U.S. title, everything with Austin Theory when he was that newcomer, up and comer, Vince's boy, all this other crap that you want to call it,
They force
everything
fed him
was
to us.
forced.
Yeah, they force
And
fed him
I'm
to us.
telling you, they're kind of doing that with Gunther. They're really walking a fine line with Gunther right now. And the problem
I
is
don't think Gunther was force fed. I think the problem with Gunther is they made him so dominant and impossible to beat that they've really narrowed what they could do with him. Because if Gunther
how did
starts
they
eating
not learn that?
losses all the time,
How did they not learn that lesson with Roman Reigns? Roman
yeah.
Reigns, that was the biggest effing problem. He cycled
Same thing
through
with
the
with Gold.
entire roster when he was on his
Well,
bloodline title run. Like cycled
they
through
did
the
it with
entire
Goldberg and
roster.
WCW. Nobody beat Goldberg for.
They made up
But I'm
numbers.
saying, like,
I don't care.
yeah, I know they did. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he went
Roman
from
for
one
like
week
what
to one
4
week and he gained like 20 matches. Like, come on.
Yeah, well,
But
three shows a day, man. Who
counting is
knows?
hard. He had to take his shoes off. No, but like
No, but I
I
know what you mean.
cannot.
That like,
Yeah, I don't want it so manufactured that that's all we're doing here. And it really bothers me. And like, if you're gonna have him take out AJ and then whoever the next guy is and whatever, it's such a like when Randy Orton was doing the Legend Killer stuff, it just kind of came organically, right? And then like, if you're gonna, the Cena thing pissed me off just because you had a tournament for no reason and you laid out a tournament for shit. If Gunther was always the guy, so like, why did you even have a tournament? And then you didn't even properly do stuff within that tournament to make the tournament even compelling. You just freaking hit the easy button all the way through that tournament for
yep,
Cena.
yep.
And it's just like,
all road all roads led to Gunther. That's how they kind of wrote
but
the
but you
tournament.
didn't even deviate within that.
No,
You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
Like
You brought
you,
you brought Dolph
like we
Ziggler
said,
back and you
it did
didn't run
nothing.
it. You brought Cardona
You could have
back, you
had,
didn't do nothing. You brought you
yeah,
know what
not
I
but
mean? Like
you could have done Carmelo Hayes and the Miz in that tournament. There was some other stories they could have done in that tournament. That was a missed
that's
opportunity,
you
which
could have had
now the software is
subplots
going to
that would have
bring
made
it up.
that tournament
Yep.
better and they didn't do shit. And it
So
was garbage.
I will say I liked. I think they got Gunther a little bit back on track last night because it wasn't so like I made him tap. Like he said that he made John Cena tap, but he also compared it back to, other opponents in the past. I was like, okay, that like I retired Goldberg, I made John Cena tap, and then he moved on. He didn't talk about it anymore. So hopefully they're starting to phase that crap out and the stupid grin he's got laughing in their face. So, but
Well,
I do
that's
want
why I
Gunther
think
to
you
start.
have AJ go over. To
Yeah.
humble his ass a little bit and kind of take
Yep.
that smirk off his face. And then you have a situation probably similar to their last match where he goes for the ghost, either he goes for the ghostly tap out or he gets AJ in a sleeper and AJ does it to him. You know what I mean? Like the super secret tap out. And it turns
Yep.
out it wasn't. And then he Styles clashes his ass or something. I don't know.
I mean,
But
I
look,
kind of like how they played it because Gunther's like, yeah, I'm smarter than you because now he says that it was strategy. But also now the fans now when they do chant you tapped out, it makes sense again rather than just saying it because I don't know the Bark and Seals just feel like saying something. So now when they say you tapped out, it
I've
kind of
ruined you. I've ruined
I
you
know
because now anytime we refer to
Bark
them,
and
it's like
Seals.
the barking
I do.
seal.
I text you
Nar,
during the show. Oh,
nar.
Bark and Seals are out in force. So we'll see. Like I said, Sean and I we've gone back and forth on Gunther, and I'm like, I'm a fan, so like, if you're a true fan, you stick with your team or your guy through the good times and the bad. So, uh, yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what they do with Gunther because I think there's still a lot left to do with him.
You embrace the
Just
good and you go with the bad. It is what
the
it is.
problem is
But
they the problem is they painted themselves into a corner by making him so dominant that like, well, Gunther can't lose to that guy. Well, why not?
slip
Like,
on a
what
banana
did
peel,
Vince
dude.
McMahon say on television for 30 years? Anything and everything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation or WWE. Let's get back to
Yep.
that where, hey, anything can happen on any given day. Let's get back to that.
So
That's
anything
why
can
I.
happen Thursday. Oh, wait. It's
Yeah,
Monday. Anyways, Anyways, let's move on. So we got Becky Lynch
Yes.
and Maxine Dupree, and Natty just happened to be in town. Matt, when you saw that Natty was in town, did you think what happened was going to happen?
I thought there was a better than 80% chance it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because at
Yeah.
first I was telling you, like, have Maxine go over, and why not? It'd be kind of cool. Like, okay, Becky got her last week or the week before, but Maxine gets it right back. And then I said right after that to you, like, unless Natty's going to turn on Maxine, which looked more
Did.
logical and sure was. I
So
just want to know,
it
like,
was,
is
is
it
it,
Natalia or is it gonna be Natty? Like when she comes back out, is she still gonna be Natalia or is she gonna or is this what's gonna convert her into
is
being
this,
Natty full
are
time?
they doing like a Fight Club thing with these two? Like
Maybe.
Natty's just going to keep on beating the crap out of Maxine Dupree just to get more out of Maxine Dupree. Like, I don't know. I mean,
So
it was a fine
so
ending. I love that Becky kept the belt and like,
so
let's
what you're
go.
saying is Natalia may not be turning heel. She might just be giving Maxine some
It
tough lessons now to make her
my
better in the
my
future.
head my head as I was watching it live said there's some is the word masochism, sadism, whatever. There was a little bit of that going on. So like,
Well, she comes from the dungeon and she's trained in the dungeon. And anybody that's been in the dungeon said that Stu Hart and I think it was Bruce with the two words that they were sadists. Like Stu would just put a sugar hold on you and just laugh while he like separated your shoulders. So is she kind of playing the role of Stu a little bit and like
maybe,
tough
I don't
love
know.
makes you better? So
Maybe.
like maybe she's
I'm
not
not
turning heel.
joking.
Maybe she's just it was. I thought it was compelling. I thought it was good. Like finally gave Natalia something to do. But please pick a name and please let it be Natty. I don't want to see Natalia and Bright. I want to see Natty in black. I want to see the ass
I
kicking,
think,
laser
well,
focused Natty. I don't want to see the Natalia, the colorful
so
Natalia. I want to see the
we've
dark
always
Natty.
said on this podcast that we take sources from everywhere, right? Like, we don't just look at the kayfabe side, we actually look at external factors and everything else. Natalia's from Canada. Guess what? They're in Canada this week. Just got to wrestle somebody.
Yep,
At least now it has a reason. Like, I'm not
sure.
even crapping on it. I'm just saying, like, you have to wrestle, and there was a reason. So there you go. All right.
And the
So next,
post match beatdown
oh,
was really good too.
it was good.
Okay,
All right.
now we're
Ray
getting to some.
Mysterio,
Now we're getting to some
Penta.
good stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
we do. Ray
oh,
Mysterio,
you're
Penta,
not.
Dragon Lee, and
Yep.
then defeat Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. However, this is more compelling because our Raw general manager decided he was going to come out ringside and hang around with Paul Heyman. And all right, the in ring stuff was stuff, and that's fine. I mean, do we have to go over it? Everybody got their stuff in. Penta ends up getting the pin. He, does his thing. But can we talk about the outside of the ring? Because that's really where the story was.
Yeah.
All right. With a caveat of Vision tries to use brass knucks. Pierce gets involved, takes away brass knucks, leaves brass knucks. Rey Mysterio picks up brass knucks and ends up clocking Austin Theory. Yada, yada, yada.
Did you see Pierce leave the brass knucks on the apron? Because I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it
So
either.
either I just wasn't looking for it, or the way Pierce left it for Ray to get was so smooth that you couldn't catch it. But no, it was cool. Man, give me more Adam Pierce and more Paul Heyman interaction.
Oh,
Those two are
oh,
absolute gold
oh.
together.
And I even texted you. I was like, he's happy now because Pierce was just glowing all day. Like, it's a great
Yep.
day. I swear to God, he went Lego movie and was just bopping around like everything is awesome. Like he was just feeling
Yep.
himself. And then I like after all that went down and the brass knucks thing went down, and I was like,
Yep.
yep.
Paul's gonna rain
I,
on his parade.
I was like, it's all gonna that good mood about to go away. And then later on,
Yep.
we get the backstage segment where Paul Heyman's like, you're going to want to take the call. And I'm just like, and Paul Heyman ringside was buzzing up the phone, you know.
So who do you think
Has,
was on the other line?
has any manager ever got so much mileage out of a cell phone as Paul Heyman? Like, even with, the
Paul's been
whole
doing it since he's been doing it
Paul
since the
Roman Reigns.
80s.
I know. Oh, yeah, I
So
know. Because
I mean,
he had the, like, big ass Motorola at one point. Like,
yeah, he used to bust people in the head with that too. That thing was a weapon.
yeah,
Now you don't want
like,
to. Now cell phones are too expensive, and like you'll hurt the phone more than hurt somebody else hitting somebody with a cell phone nowadays, especially an
eh,
Apple.
shh. He didn't mean anything bad by it. I love my Apple.
Especially if you had
Anyways,
like an iPhone 4 or 5, you looked at an iPhone 4 cross-eyed and the screen would crack.
that's why screen protectors
Threatening,
exist.
yeah, yeah, that thing was afraid of threatening glances. But no, this was a good match. A lot of good stuff in here. Like everybody worked well together. It all
They
started
did.
too the backstage when Pierce was talking with AJ, and that was nice. And then Paul comes in, and that's when Pierce is like, "I'm going to be at ringside too." Like almost like cool. Like we'll have hangout time together, like some bonding. So yeah, excellent storyline. The stuff with Pierce is so good. So Paul
It's the
Paul
most.
says it sarcastically that he's the best Raw general manager ever. I have to say, like Pierce has probably been the best Raw general manager, if not ever,
He
in a
is
long,
real.
long time.
He's been the GM for like a hot F a minute. Like it was him and
I know.
what's her name? Like the Deville for like a while too. Like he's been around a hot
Yep,
minute
that's
as
right.
manager. And like no, I love it. Listen, folks, if you were if you listened to this podcast when the Vision first started becoming the Vision, a couple of folks in this chat were very on board with this, while everybody else was like, "It's the Bloodline 2.0. It's all gonna." Yeah. Okay. Guess what? Stop freaking out
Not
because now
not
it's coming to
it's not
fruition.
even close. It's a polar
Oh,
opposite
bro,
of the bloodline.
it's so good, and it's like I love that it's a young stable. I love
Yep.
that like Paul Heyman's herding cats with his guys, but he's also kind of one up. I love that it's now like Heyman versus Pierce a little bit. Like, Pierce will
Yep.
have to assemble a team at some point, and they're all going to have to get their heads. Oh, beautiful. And it's
Now you
going to be
got
so
now you got a
good.
kind of a now you got Pierce against Braun Breaker, which they won't fight because I don't think Pierce is ever going to get back in the ring. But
No,
like, I just want, and as much as I love Adam Pierce, and like, bro, if you're listening, and I know I follow you on Facebook, Mr. Pierce, but at some point you have to eat a spear by Breaker. It does not make the story complete unless Braun Breaker like decimates Adam Pierce with a spear somewhere along the way. It's got to
I
happen.
think you're. I think we're going to get the probably next Raw, the humiliating apology.
Yep.
Something's going to happen that's really going to tweak things up.
So who was on the
Cause
phone? Who do you think was on the phone that called Pierce? Was that one of Paul's lawyers?
maybe I don't know. So I was thinking about it in the
Please,
moment.
please don't let it be The Rock, because it's getting towards WrestleMania, and this is when Rock's like, "Oh, I want to be involved in wrestling again, just so I can walk away before the story's over."
No, no,
It better not,
no
because
touchy.
remember what we said
No,
last week: The Rock ruins everything. We said it
no.
last week on the show. We said it before. The Rock ruins everything.
I know I'm being
It's all,
more.
and it,
I'm being more honestly, I said he turns everything to shit, but you know,
yeah,
I'm
sure.
going fully diplomatic now. No, no touchy.
No,
Anyways, so after that we get
no soup for you.
no
No soup
touch,
for you. No
no
soup for
soup.
you.
Back in the light. All right. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez attack Rio. Setting up their tag team match. I
Yeah,
get the
big.
vibe that Rhea and Io do kind of click together. Like it's a nice little dynamic. I kind of like it. There's a little bit of a darkness and light combo with those two
Yeah,
also. And I think Liv and Raquel or Liv and Roxanne probably are going to go over because you got to do something. you got to put Liv Morgan over to really make her over. And
Yep.
I think the rifts are going to start happening in the Judgment Day when people start getting strapped, meaning Raquel will probably take the belt off of Stephanie,
Yep.
and now you
Big
got them. You got the
excuse
other
me,
three
it's
girls
now
strapped.
it's now big sexy Raquel Rodriguez, and I
And I
like that.
appreciate that. And I'm sure there's a lot
Not
of dialogue between her and,
I I
you
was gonna
know,
say Kevin Nash must really be honored because yeah, he had a lot to
Diesel.
do with. We've talked about it. Yeah, don't call it. Yeah, big sexy is cool because
Diesel.
that was
Yep. Diesel. Got it.
no.
I don't care. No, look, it I like I could see a scenario now, especially with we'll get to it, but Finn losing later on in the show, where if you stop and think about it, so if Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez win the titles,
Hmm.
they'll have titles. Raquel takes the title off of Akir, right?
Dom's got the IC.
Dom's got the IC. Odd man out with JD hurt is Finn,
What? How
which
did
leads
JD get hurt anyway? I totally missed that. Like,
I
is
don't know.
he?
He was probably doing JD wrestling and probably caught himself wrong. The dude is so effing good. There's so many opportunities for him. As much as I
I
like to joke and call that dude a Klingon, because let's be real, he's got a big ass forehead. But
well,
like,
so I thought maybe he went through too narrow a door and like hit his head and knocked himself out or something. I don't know.
I don't know. But like, I can see it going down.
But no, he
So
just came back, and I don't know when he got hurt, but yeah, we need JD back. But yeah, Finn's
all
turning
right,
face. Finn's leaving the Judgment Day at some point, going out on his own, and then Dom can have all the ladies to deal with all that drama. Because I think if Finn turns face, I think JD would go with Finn. I think JD's loyalty lies with Finn. That's how I would do it. Because I don't want Finn alone. Like JD needs a buddy, and like I like it when Finn does stuff with JD as a team. So I think that you can move that way, and the fans like JD because he's tough. Like he wrestled with a punctured freaking lung, right up there
yep.
with Kurt Angle and his broken freaking neck. So
So as much,
I think Finn leaves the Judgment Day, and I think he takes JD with him, and then I just think it'd be hilarious storytelling to watch Dom try to survive being around the three-headed monster of Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne.
believe it or
And,
not, as somebody that has lived in households surrounded and outnumbered and outgunned, there is so much opportunity there. like,
I know.
look, you're talking to a dude that's got one son, four daughters. All right, even the damn animals are female. So like,
I mean,
eh,
yeah, both my kids are girls, and then like my stepkids, I have a stepson, but he's the oldest, and I never see him. And then what I have two stepdaughters. So like, yeah, I've spent the last 20 some years of my life like surrounded by estrogen.
I
So
was avoiding saying swimming in the sea of estrogen, but yes. All right,
well, now
so
we both said it, so now we're both in hot water if our wives listen to this. So
naughty. All
so
right,
tell my wife
so
this was a terrible podcast. Do not listen to this podcast. It was the worst one ever,
you
and
know, if
we
we
might
keep
be
on
safe.
doing these live, it's gonna backfire on us so hard because you
I
can't
know.
deny anything when you're live. Hot mic,
I
hot
know.
mic, hot mic. Anyways, so after that,
Earmuffs, earmuffs.
hey, turn on your noise cancellation. All right, so then we get the most depressing match of the two shows this week, and it's El Grande Americano and Javon Evans, and it looks
Oh,
like Evans got hurt, and I'm really bummed. And I
yeah.
love the kid. It looks like a shoulder thing. We'll find out. I don't even want to belabor it. Everything they got in was great. The kid is phenomenal. Hopefully
Yeah.
he can have a quick recovery.
Well, I think Mikey said he heard that he's okay.
Oh,
Um,
good.
what did Mikey posted it?
We're so
After.
professional as we check our phones during the show.
Hey, that's okay. It's research. As
Has
Bobby
Bill
Heenan would
signed a
say,
coach yet?
I'm a broadcast journalist. I don't know. This is after you guys were all talking, but he did say something about that it wasn't too bad. for him. Oh, Mikey said according to Fightful, which I think is pretty credible, as opposed
Fightful
to
is
like
very
Sportspedia.
credible.
Yeah, Javon is okay, so he must have got banged up. I thought he might have hurt his collarbone, like go across here. Thought he might have,
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's
he was
holding
kind of
there,
in the
but
he was in the divot
yeah,
though, so that led me to believe that he might have just popped the shoulder a little bit. So,
good.
and then it
What
just
you texted me like, oh, we broke one of our new toys,
I know we've got all these new toys and we already broke one. They're like, damn it!
and like really new for us as main roster guys. This is
I
we
know.
haven't even we barely threw
We're
the
like,
wrapping away, and like the toy's broken. Like, oh, I need the receipt to take it back and get a new one.
it's like Javon Evans signed with Raw. Yay! I kind of like him.
Yeah.
And then he gets
Yep.
hurt. And you're like, oh crap! We already broke
Well,
one.
I was really interested to see how well this match was going to be, and like it was pretty much over before it really got going. But
Yeah, and then Trick well, they went to commercial. And they come back,
you
and
got
next thing you know, he's like standing in front of the table, and they don't even show what happened. They're just like, he's not going to be medically cleared. And then you get the,
yeah,
and
not a
like,
replay or nothing. It was like okay, like all right,
while you were away, stuff and things happened, but we're not going to show you. So, nah, freaking boo boo, and we're out. And it's
yeah,
like,
which meant they
okay.
dragged all the stuff that was between El Grande to the main event, and they dragged it out it took forever for us to get to the main event because they had to fill time. But we did get the answer that AJ, after talking to his wife, and I guess she used some dirty words that AJ says she never uses. I guess AJ and Gunther career on the line at Royal Rumble,
What is
which we've
it?
already talked about.
What is the guy's name from Celebrity Deathmatch? Let's get it on. Like, let's go. I'm all down.
They need to they need to bring that show back. I love Celebrity Deathmatch,
It's out there somewhere. You can like stream it and pop it up. It's out there. I forget what
but
streaming platform. Wait,
but
Comedy
instead of
Central. So that's
nah, but
Paramount.
instead of claymation, let's do it for real because there's a lot of celebrities that I would like to see
The
like this kind of.
claymation is so good though.
No, I
All
want to
right,
see it for
so
real.
we get the final match of the night. We get CM Punk. We get Finn Balor. We get the return. So one cute, funny moment was Finn comes out to his old theme, and the crowd is so effing loud for him. He can't hear the music cues to do
Yeah,
the cha cha cha.
yeah.
It's
His
like
timing
he
was
looks
all
at the
off.
camera. He looks at the camera. He's like, I can't hear the music at all.
No,
And he
he was
caught it
going
on
off
the
the
second one.
lights. He was going off the
Yep.
lights because the lights, then because he was
Well,
late.
he said it. He said into the camera, I can't hear the music
Yeah,
at all. And
no,
it was
that
like
crowd.
so cool. And like the match was great. Look, Matt's already gotten an earful via text on this match. I have made it clear that I have missed the entire CM Punk run originally. So all my CM Punk references and knowledge and everything is based off of his current run in WWE, which for Sean, who has no nostalgia factor whatsoever, bro, you're in the army. You don't silence your phone during meetings?
Sorry. Well, what's even worse is there was an alarm that went off that accidentally must have got set for PM instead of AM. So it's probably
Time to
yeah,
take my pills.
yeah, that's it.
Take your pills, old man. But no, as somebody that never had any, it doesn't have any nostalgia for CM Punk, I've been underwhelmed. Like, I can kind of see what people are going there, but I think a lot of the Barking Seal love for him is all nostalgia based.
It is because
So
in ring, it's not there anymore.
no, him having the title is so underwhelming. Like, I don't like the stoic, like, I'm here, it's heavyweight to carry and blah, blah, blah. Like, I even told you, like, when they showed the promo package for it, I was like, he actually sounds better when he's edited instead of
Yeah.
rambling.
Yeah,
And,
it's not a
like,
good
it was noticeable. And, whew, Finn Balor had to slow down a lot to
Yep.
facilitate this match. Now, I'm actually a huge Finn Balor fan. Like, I was back in the day when he was a face before all the Judgment Day stuff, I loved Finn Balor. And he was one of my favorites. And like I know how fast he can wrestle. I know how fast he typically wrestles. His wrestling is higher pace than most.
It is. But
And
Finn's not a
like
young guy either anymore, too. You know, he's in his 40s, but
doesn't
he's
matter.
a
It's
he's a much
I
younger
saw him wrestle
40s.
like that a week or two ago. Like
Right.
the whole point
Yeah.
is that he is an upbeat up tempo wrestler. And
Yeah.
it that match started off as such a slog. And when I say that, it's not we're on the map doing graps, and they were doing some chain wrestling and stuff like that. They were doing that stuff.
Yeah. And
But
they
anything
kind
that
of did a hybrid of
required
the American and UK style. That's what they were kind of, which is like Finn's wheelhouse is working that UK style. So, I mean, it was good. Here's another thing, and I just thought of it, Sean. Maybe they had to go slower because of the injury, they had to add some time to this, so they went longer than
nah,
originally.
because
So they're like, "Hey, slow the
they could
pace,"
have futzed with
because it
it.
still
They could have
went to
futzed with
the.
it. They're not
Uh,
locked into time on Netflix.
they seem to be though. It's always between like 225 and 235 seems to be like the
I'm
sweet
sure they
spot for
have a target,
Netflix.
but they're
So
not locked into it because they have had a
right,
couple of shorter ones and they have had some very long ones. So
yeah.
I don't know. It
Well,
was a slog a
I
little
think
bit.
C. I think Well, I think CM Punk's song played through like three times from when he came out because they went to commercial breaks and then they went to segment, and I think they were hyping up Saturday Night's main event. So like Punk was out there for like 10 minutes before Finn finally came out.
Yeah. But they got all their singing out of the way. Barking Seals love
They
to
did.
sing, if you didn't know. So
Actually, it was
uh,
a good crowd though. They were like
it was
invested
a
in
really
everything
good
last
crowd.
night.
It was a good, knowledgeable crowd, and I enjoyed the crowd. Um,
Yeah,
but the match was fine. Like, yeah, I know it sounds like I'm crapping on it. It was fine. It's just we talked about this last week, and it's really starting to reel its ugly head with some of these wrestlers, right? Like you distinctly see the difference with the call ups right now. You distinctly see the energy levels of the newer guys now. And it's noticeable when you put geriatric guys into the ring that are not like Punk is probably strong, but it's easy to be strong at that age. It's not easy to
yeah,
be quick. And
right.
like it showed. And about the best thing that Punk did in that match was his two GTSs that he did are probably the cleanest ones I've seen him do to date
Yep.
since his return. And like all of his other ones just I don't know, he'd go for the GTS and it looked clunky. Like it
Yeah,
never
no, these
lines
were
up
pretty
right.
smooth.
And Monday it actually looked good. So I, I it was a fine match. I'm not gonna like overly gripe about it, but I will say that like you and I have differing opinions on the ending. Um, I wasn't thrilled with it. I think so. If you haven't seen it yet, long story short, like CM Punk does the typical nice face, giving the guy in the home crowd a rub where he helps Finn up, shakes his hand, and they end up hugging. And I'm like, Finn's in a heel faction. He just lost the world title, and he's just like, yeah, man, cool. And I'm just like, bro, that
Yeah,
bothered
but
me.
Finn,
And
like
it's
we
just
I
like,
said, Finn's on his way out, and they're going to use that with Dom coming back, and I'm sure
I'm
Liv is
sure.
going to be like, yeah.
But if he would
So
have,
that
if he
that's
would
that's
have
why
like,
that's why I'm fine with it because it's going to go into because like Finn did the Dashley heel thing for a short time, and that was kind of like when I think even Edge was still in Judgment Day. Like when Finn's like face heel turn was kind of fresh, he was kind of dastardly, but like the last couple years, he hasn't been like a real dastardly evil heel. Like he'll
no, he's
cheat to
on
win,
playing
but
video
he's like,
games in the back, bro. Like
yeah,
he's barely
yeah,
showed up.
he's
It's
kind of
like,
like the odd man out right now. Like he's just kind of there. Like
well, him and JD would always be chilling, but it is what
right,
it is. Like, I'm
yeah,
not, like I said, I don't want to crap on it. I mean, Finn got his flowers in his hometown, which is
yep,
cool. It's just, it was a little annoyance for me because it's like, you're the heel. And like, I get, even if you're getting ready to change face, you shouldn't be. I was like, okay, I can get away with a handshake. All right, cool. We did a handshake. And then they did the hug and the arm lift. And I'm like, bro, too
Finn
much.
Balor could have slaughtered. Finn Balor could have slaughtered a kitten in that ring, and the fans still would have cheered him because he was an Iron
Well,
Man.
and
Like,
that's kind of my point. Like, I would have shook his hand and then just been. I mean, honestly, I would have went Austin on him. I would have shook his hand, been walking out, flipped him the bird, and walked away. Like, but
yeah.
it is what it is. That's how they wanted to do it.
Well, I
Family
think we're starting
show.
to.
Blah blah
We're
blah.
getting ready to edge in. Finn and Dom are going to have their thing over the IC title. There's going to be a feud between Finn and Dom, and I think Dom's hurt, so I think this maybe was a nice way to give Finn his opportunity in Ireland. Big title match. Once Dom gets back, which I heard is supposed to be relatively soon, hopefully maybe even by Royal Rumble, but I wouldn't rush it if you're going to keep my IC title. And then you have a storyline get built up with Finn and Dom.
Yeah. So let's not belabor the point. I think we kind of touched on both shows pretty good, but we got to blast through some predictions, quick talk throughs for Saturday night's main event.
Yes.
Saturday.
Well,
All
we
right,
only got
so-
3 matches so far, so I guess what we'll do is on the pre-show we'll know what that other match or matches is, and we'll update our picks then.
Well, are they going to go far? Maybe it is only 3. It's only 2 hours, right?
Yeah, but 3
theory.
matches in a 2-hour show. Like,
So the first match is the number 1 contenders match, and you have Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. So you can stretch that one out.
yeah,
You can stretch that one out.
between
Hour?
intros
Not
and
really,
the match.
but
30, 40 minutes between intros and all that.
I personally think that you are probably getting another match, and it has to come out of SmackDown. But if they don't, I can kind of see how you can fiddle faddle with it, especially if you're going to do that first match for like 45 minutes. That's your whole first hour or second hour. Because then you also.
Hold on, that is a SmackDown match. So that's a SmackDown match, so that's 1. Cody Fatu is a SmackDown match.
SmackDown.
And the other match is the Women's World Title, that's Raw.
Tag titles.
So, yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what.
We ain't got no more Raws. We already rawed out.
Yeah, but it's a go home show that sometimes you get everybody.
Yeah,
on
I know.
show.
You get the bleed over, and it's a double dip show too. They're all there.
Yep.
So, who are you taking in the 4-way?
My heart says Randy Orton, but logic unfortunately says Sami Zayn. As much as it pains me to say.
Ugh. Okay, Sami Zayn. Whew. I got indigestion.
And that's all I got to say about
and
that.
I want to clarify so people don't freak out. I don't hate Sami Zayn. I just don't want him in the world title picture. No, I was real happy when he was at US title level. And when he said, I'm just going to focus on me, because when he gets obsessed with the world championship and when Kevin Owens still isn't back to slap him around, it gets ugly. Anyways, moving on. Grudge match, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu. I don't know, Matt. What are you thinking here? It's not about what you want, Matt. It's not about what you want. It's about what it's going to happen.
Honestly, that should go to like a no contest. It should be a pull-apart brawl. Both guys get either DQ'd or counted out. No contest.
Somebody's getting DQ'd on that. Some shicey crap is going to happen in that match. I don't know what, but something shicey is going to happen.
But no one's going to be laying down looking at the lights, I hope. Because I don't think...
Is there any Canadians without a thing to do yet? Oh! That's going to be the 4th match.
Chelsea Green? She's Canadian.
Natty and Maxine.
There you go. Yep, that'd be a good one.
Natty and Maxine is going to end up being the 4th match.
That's a really good Saturday Night's main event match too. That fits right in that show.
And it's not going to go long. You're probably going to get that for 10 minutes or something like that. That's going to be a storytelling match. So, yeah, there you go. We're going to go with it for now. If we're wrong, we're wrong. What are they going to do? Cancel us?
Card
Anyway,
subject to change. Right?
that's why we write it in pencil. That's why we're
That's
all
right.
about the pencils.
So not the
Um,
pen.
no, not the pen.
Sounds
No pen. Although
no
they do
pencil.
make erasable pens, but they never erase right.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but I'm a
Cody
lefty, and
Rhodes,
those
Jacob.
always made a mess.
I heard that about you. Um, so Cody Rhodes, Jacob
Oh, I made a
Fatu, who are you
mess.
taking?
Cody
Tough
versus
sickie.
Cody. I'm gonna say Fatu.
The battle for the toofuses. We're fighting for the teeth.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
I think this ends in a DQ, and
I
I
think it
don't
really
really
does
care.
too. But if anybody goes,
You can't
I like
have Fatu come back and lose. And
nope.
like this Golden Boy, he can't take many hits right now.
Oh,
Like without the title. So like
why
every
not? Why
loss
not? Because he can have the hot times. He needs the hot times.
Matt, I swear to God, if he wins the Rumble for the third year in a row, I'm gonna throw something at my TV. And it'll be great because we'll be live
He'll be
streaming
live
it.
on.
You
Just
will
make sure
you
you.
will actually see a foreign object fly out of my hands and hear a loud crash. Hopefully I hit the smaller TV. But like, or I'll just throw something in general. But like
Yeah.
I can't handle Cody winning the Rumble again.
No.
I can't. Don't do it. No.
No. Not
No.
not in this day and age. Like back in the day when like Hogan won. I think Hogan won it 3 years in a row. Whatever. That
That's
was.
what. There's only two other guys?
Yeah. What was it? He mentioned
They
who it
talked
was.
about it.
I don't know.
Matt, I'm old and senile. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. All right, we'll move on from that one. All right, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. The Prodigy.
Yeah. You know what? I would have Judgment Day go over.
I think Judgment Day goes
And
over.
here's the reason why. It's not because of Rhea and Io as a team. I'm seeing a problem where the contenders for the singles title is very thin right now. And I think there's too much emphasis on the tag titles. There's not enough to go around after the
You,
world
you
singles
know,
title.
you you're ready to laugh your ass off. You know what the two most meaningless titles are in the women's division is the World Championships.
I know.
The tag titles and both the mid card titles are so much more important.
But
Uh,
Stephanie's trying. Then she's dinged up. I mean, the fans are just slow to get into her, but like,
well,
I'm
it's even worse
sorry.
for Julia, which is funny.
Jade Cargill's approaching 80 days as world champion without a title defense.
Matt, it worked for Roman Reigns. She can pace herself, okay? At least she showed up. Anyway, like, no, like,
So where's the part where I was supposed to laugh my ass off because I've yet to find the humor in any of this.
I find
Now
it
I have.
all hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, you know what's funny though is that that screen grab I sent you earlier today, where it's Road Dogg like, just put the belt on Chelsea Green, and Triple H is like, who the hell is she gonna wrestle? Like, there's nobody there, and that's the Jade Cargill problem. That is honestly like a big problem on SmackDown. Like, that is a problem,
Well, didn't you
and
see this when you took everybody? Because Naomi's out being pregnant, Tiffany's out hurt, whatever, or with her
she
new beau.
apparently is on the. She'll be. I think I saw a rumor she'll be back for Rumble.
Okay, cool. But like, the problem is you've taken all your top contenders and you stockpiled them into the tag division, which
Yeah,
is fine. But the problem is now the shelves are empty when you're looking at contenders for your singles titles.
it
Unless
makes me
it's like,
wonder if it makes me wonder if they're going to do a bunch more call ups, and it also makes me wonder like,
well, the Raw Women's
well,
title right now is okay because now you can do a program with Raquel and Vakir, and I think you can have that go over some time. And I think that's a good feud for Vakir to get
that
into.
that seems like it's simmering pretty good actually.
Yeah, and I think what it is I think Vakir has to eat a loss because I think they're going to make Raquel has become more dominant. So now Vakir
Well,
loses. Now how do I come back from fighting underneath to conquer this bigger opponent? It'll make it more compelling Because if you have Stephanie like win, like they have a title match and Stephanie goes over Raquel, what is there left of the feud? Like you could say, well, Raquel could beat up Stephanie after the match, but like she's already snuck attack her like 3 times already. Like have Raquel go over, have Stephanie have to like work on her way to fight her way back up, which garners sympathy from the fans, which will get her over. I think the problem is they threw the world title on her too quick. There wasn't enough time for the fans to really get invested or behind her
Well, she
like they
drew the
wanted.
short straw though. Like that
I
that
know.
was the big problem. I think she was probably supposed to have a 3-match card with Naomi, and Naomi got pregnant.
Yep.
God
Right.
bless her.
Right.
Hope the kid's healthy and all that jazz. But like that kind of derailed. And then
Well,
it's like,
but
who are you
Naomi will be
really gonna
back.
put it on?
Naomi will be back later in the year. Bianca Belair, I guess. I don't know if that finger ever heals. She'll probably be back soon. Like like my God, like she's like approaching like Cowboy Bob Orton, like for like longest like nagging injury in the history of WWE.
I wouldn't go there because we haven't seen the Street Profits lately either. So I don't know if
Yeah, where they
there's
been?
business. You know, I saw
Or they
I
just
saw
let are they letting them cool off for a little bit and then gonna
I
bring them
think they're
back?
letting well, they let the
Yeah,
entire SmackDown division cool off. Like that's the thing that kills me, right? Like
yeah,
you let the entire SmackDown division cool off and now it's not hot anymore.
I
So,
know.
like,
I thought you're
but
supposed to strike while the iron is hot, not let the iron cool off and then like try to strike. Like,
hey, Matt, not only did we screw up, Mikey found us.
oh
BC
yeah,
WrestlePod we actually have a public chat comment from BC
oh
WrestlePod. Look at these amazing guys. We were just popping in real quick before our AEW post show. You both are doing great and keep up the good work. BC WrestlePod supports y'all. Hey, shout out to BC WrestlePod too, man. You guys do great work over there. I like the yin and the yang stuff, but
there we
Matt,
go.
we went long. It's time to wrap it up. Let's just assume that Natty and Maxine is the last match that's going to happen Saturday. Who you got?
Natty,
I think
I
Natty.
think
I think
Natty
she
too.
goes over. I do have a wild card thought in that. I think that Natty could get herself DQ'd and just beat the crap out of Maxine.
That too. Yeah, but I don't see Maxine going over Natty yet. Not yet. Down the line maybe, but Natty
No,
Maxine's
but
got
that's what
stuff
I'm
to
saying.
learn.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
could see it where she just beats her. Like if I was doing it, it's hard because it's in Canada, right? Like you want Natty to get her love and her hometown flowers. She's been doing good stuff. And like on the flip side, I'm like, well, if we're really going down this road, let's go down this road. Like ding ding ding. And Natty just jumps on her and beats the snot out of her like nonstop. She
Yeah,
gets a
and it
couple
could
of
be so.
shots in, and then Natty beats the crap out of her until she
Yep,
gets DQ'd, and then continues to beat on her. Not
sure.
that I want to see
And it could
Maxine
be
get hurt, but
and the DQ could be something like that. She's like got her in the corner in the ropes and just not letting go, and finally the ref has no choice. Like she won't let
yeah.
go. It doesn't have to be super egregious, but yeah, I would like to see. That's a good call for the match 4. We'll see how that plays out. Uh, we'll know by Saturday night when we go live
All right,
for our
Matt.
second time.
So now that we're doing all this live, sexy stuff, why don't you tell the folks where they can find us, man?
Yes. Well, all our live sexy stuff can also be found on TikTok and Instagram, and now we are on X.
We
Just
are
put up
on
an X.
X.
Sean just set up an X account last week, so
Whoop,
we're on
whoop.
X/Twitter, whatever people call it.
Whatever you call
We're
it
all
these days. All you crazy
sure
kids.
Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And hey, if you're not doing anything Saturday night, you just want to put us on the background while you watch Saturday night's main event, we'll be here and
We
looking forward
will.
to it. All
Hey,
right. Well,
like for reals though, folks, like we said, somehow we accidentally went live. So obviously our podcast is just changing it up all over the place. So hopefully we'll see you guys Saturday. Again, follow us. Hey, our strive to 100 before WrestleMania. All right. We need about 24 more folks to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, 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 please. Get out there, talk to your friends, tell them to listen in to the course the old guys that want to ramble. Obviously, we're old because I'll tell you right now, the train left the station in 5 different ways, going all the way through this, but that's why it's long. But anyways, we love y'all. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Follow us on our social medias. Comment. We want to hear what you have to say. Again,
Please.
like Matt said, like we read them. We're out there. We're reading them. We're looking for that feedback. So we're on next. So on the X thing, if you look for if we had the pencil minus the last I because I ran out of characters. So it's PENCL, no IL. So
Pencil. So it's if we have the pencil, we are very
Pencil.
French. We.
No, they're not in France this week. They're in England. And
I know.
Oh wait, they're going to Canada. They speak French. We're good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, folks, we love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Apparently, obviously, people are finding us. But listen, have a great week. Love each other. We love y'all. Thank you for all your comments. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz. And we'll talk to you guys on Saturday. Have a good one.